The 1970 Roosevelt dime is one of those hidden gems in the world of U.S. coin, collecting as a lie overlooked, but potentially worth hundreds of dollars. At first glance, it appears to be just another ordinary 10-cent piece, casually tossed into a pocket spent at a store, or passed off as spare change. However, serious collectors and numismatists know there's much more beneath the surface. This particular coin has a fascinating story, a touch of rarity, enough collector interest to push its market value up to $900 or even higher. Depending on the condition and specific variety, struck during an era when the U.S. Mint was transitioning. Coin designs, experimenting with striking quality, and dealing with evolving minting technology. The 1970 Roosevelt dime has gained respect not only for its historical relevance, but also for the mysterious anomalies and varieties that come with certain specimens. This dime features the familiar left-facing portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a tribute to the 32nd U.S. president whose leadership during the Great Depression and World War II earned him a lasting place in American memory. The reverse side shows a torch flanked by an olive branch and oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength, core American values. While millions were minted, including at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, it's the 1970s proof dimes and error coins that have stirred the market, especially when found in exceptional condition or displaying rare minting characteristics. One of the most notable and sought-after varieties is the 1970s proof Roosevelt dime with no S missing mint mark. These errors were never intended to be released and represent a mistake in the die-making process, resulting in a proof coin missing the mint mark altogether. These ultra-rare no-S varieties are extremely hard to find and highly desirable among collectors. Commanding enormous prices at auction, the value sometimes skyrocketing well beyond $1,000 for pristine examples graded by NGC or PCG. Even regular 1970 dimes can be worth $200 to $900. If they're in high-grade mint state condition, especially Ms. 6-7 or higher with strong luster. Full torch details on the reverse full bands designation and no contact marks. These high-grade coins are difficult to come by due to the natural wear and tear that dimes experience in circulation. What makes the 1970 Roosevelt dime especially intriguing is the combination of mintage numbers, proof issues, and potential errors, all of which open doors for huge value jumps in the collector's market. The 1970s proof dime had a mintage of just 2.6 million, which is relatively low compared to other years. Combine that with minting errors or high-quality strikes, and you have a coin that transforms from pocket change into an auction star. Furthermore, collectors are advised to examine their 1970 dimes carefully, looking for die cracks, off-center strikes, double dies, or missing mint mark sol, of which can drastically increase the coin's desirability and price tag. Auction houses and private collectors regularly pay top dollar for examples certified by grading services like PCGS and NGC, especially if the coins come with provenance or a clean pedigree. For those lucky enough to own an untouched proof set from 1970, it might be worth revisiting. There could be a valuable treasure hiding inside. The allure of the 1970 Roosevelt dime lies not just in its monetary value, but in its story, a tale of overlooked potential, human error, and numismatic surprise. Unlike more widely publicized coins, such as the 1943 copper penny or 1909 SVDB Lincoln cent, the 1970 dime flies under the radar, making it even more satisfying for the collector who uncovers it. In recent years, as coin awareness has increased thanks to online marketplaces, YouTube channels, and auction visibility, the demand for high-grade and error dimes from the 1970s has grown exponentially, and with values consistently reported between $250 and $900. Depending on the grade and variety, this small coin can deliver big rewards. It's not just about face value, it's about knowing what to look for. Whether it's the perfect strike, a missing mint mark, or that gleaming proof finish, the 1970 Roosevelt dime reminds us that treasure doesn't always come in gold or Silver bar, sometimes it comes in the form of a tiny, unassuming piece of American change. Collectors who invest in this coin today are not only preserving a piece of monetary history, but also securing a potential financial asset that continues to gain interest with every passing year. If you've got a jar of old coins, now might be the perfect time to check for this 1970 beauty, because one simple dime could be your ticket to a $900 payday. That's the magic of numismatics. Everyday objects turning into extraordinary opportunities. Next up, the 19802 new Pence coin from the United Kingdom is one of those coins that surprises collectors and casual holders alike. At first glance, it appears as nothing more than a basic bronze coin, easily disregarded in a handful of pocket change or tucked away in an old drawer. But beneath its modest appearance lies a compelling story of historical transition, unique design, and hidden value. In today's numismatic world, certain specimens of this coin are commanding attention, and prices as high as $700, depending on their rarity, condition, and collector demand. To understand why, we need to dig into the fascinating world of British coinage and explore what makes the 1982 new pence a standout among its peers. First introduced in 1971 during decimalization, the two new pence coin was part of the new coinage system that replaced the older pounds, shillings, and pence structure. The introduction of this coin marked a modern shift in British currency, aimed at simplifying transactions and aligning with international monetary standards. The 1980 edition, minted at the Royal Mint, features a copper-plated bronze composition, weight of 7.12 grams, and a diameter of 25.91 millimeters. On the obverse, we see the elegant portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Macon, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, regal image that represents continuity, tradition, and monarchy. On the reverse, the coin bears the classic inscription New Pence above the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet. The motto, Ich dienen, meaning I serve. This was the original reverse design for the coin from 1971 until 1981, however. Interesting twist comes from the transition in 1982, when the Royal Mint changed the legend from new pence to just 2 pence. Because of this, all coins before 1982 with new pence inscriptions became part of a specific chapter in British coinage history, representing a limited era. This makes the 1980 issue one of the final years of the new pence inscription boosting its collectability. But what pushes its value from spare change to hundreds of dollars is the condition, mintage variations, and specific coin errors. Coins found in brilliant, uncirculated boo or proof condition, especially those preserved in original Royal Mint packaging, fetch a premium. If the coin has no scratches, full original luster, and sharp strike details, collectors will pay far above face value to secure it. Even more valuable are those rare error coin some misstruck examples or off-metal strikes that slip through the Royal Mint's rigorous quality control. Any 1982 new pence coin with anomalies such as double dies, off-center strikes, or planchette errors can fetch hundreds to even thousands of dollars, depending on severity and visibility of the error. The scarcity of such errors from this year makes them particularly desirable among serious numismatists. Another important factor contributing to the coin's $700 valuation is low population and higher grades, according to several coin grading services. Very few examples have been preserved in MS67 or higher grades, making those near-perfect specimens exceptionally rare. Moreover, collectors from across the Commonwealth, including Canada, Australia, and South Africa, show strong interest in British coins, and the nostalgia associated with pre-1982 coinage drives international demand for coins, like the 1980 to new pence. The emotional connection many collectors feel for this era, especially for coins featuring new pence, translates into increasing values at auctions and private sales. Auctions held in the UK and online platforms like eBay and Heritage Auctions have recorded real-world sales between $200 and $700 for the highest grade examples, especially when they come with third-party certification from trusted graders like PCGS or NGC. These coins are often housed in protective holders, with labels verifying grade, authenticity, and any unique attributes. In recent years, media attention and viral social media posts have also spotlighted rare UK coins, leading to a surge in amateur interest and casual collectors suddenly realizing they might be sitting on a small fortune. And with collectors becoming more educated and market savvy, prices have steadily climbed for well-preserved coins from specific mintage years, especially those on the cusp of change, like the 1982 new Pence. As more people hunt through old piggy banks, coin jars, and inherited collections, the chance of discovering one of these valuable pieces still exists. The question remains, what exactly should you look for if you're lucky enough to find a 1982 new Pence coin in your possession? First, examine the coin's condition. Look for bright reddish-brown luster and minimal handling marks. Coins with clean surfaces, defined feather details on the Prince of Wales badge, and clear edges are likely to bring the highest offers. Second, consider checking for errors or die anomalies. A small misprint or irregularity can multiply the coin's value significantly. Finally, consider having your coin professionally graded if you suspect it's in top-tier condition. Certified grade from PCGS or NGC not only protects your coin but also increases its liquidity in the marketplace. For the everyday person, the idea that a simple 2 new Pence coin from 1980 can be worth $700 might seem unbelievable, but in the world of coins, rarity, condition, and collector demand are the secret ingredients that turn copper into gold. This is the beauty of numismatics, where history, design, and mystery combine to give ordinary objects extraordinary worth. Population of high-grade examples from a transitional era, and just might be your ticket to a very welcome financial surprise. Keep your eyes open, your magnifying glass handy, and your curiosity alive, because treasure still hides in plain sight, and the 1982 new Pence coin is living proof that sometimes the smallest coins carry the biggest stories.